Today we got a brief guided tour through the character sheet for Sentinel Comics RPG for the purposes of preparing for the character creation series coming up. So we'll just focus on the character creation stuff on the sheet. First of all, anytime you have to roll dice to determine if you fail at doing a thing in this game, you always grab 3 polyhedral dice, one each from 3 different places on your sheet. First place is your list of superpowers. In the book, there isn't much more than a sentence describing how each power works. Anytime you do a thing where it makes sense to you and your GM that your power will help you, based off of that one sentence, you may use that particular power and its die for your die roll. Second place is your list of qualities, which are superpowers for normies. These would be called skills in most other games and are where you'll find talking stuff, schools of knowledge, combat skills, that sort of thing. Both powers and qualities have a ranking from D6 to D12, the higher the better, which is the die you roll if the power or quality is relevant to whatever it is you're doing. If you don't have a power or quality that could reasonably be helpful, you grab a D4 in its place. Finally, we have your status dice, which represents the danger you're currently in and how your character handles it. This is largely influenced by your health, as you can see, but the encounter that you're in will also have a status which changes, and that can affect yours. You take the worst one. Anyway, whatever status you're in, you take that die. Once you have a power die, quality die, and status die, you roll them, place the values from lowest to highest, and then you interpret the die based on the action that you've taken. There are basic actions anyone can do, like attack, defend, boost, etc., and I suggest you learn those and how they work because they serve as the building blocks for one of the most important things on your character sheet, which is why it takes up most of it, your abilities, which are like really awesome advanced actions on steroids. You'll notice they're color-coded in green, yellow, and red, just like your status dice. At the start of your average encounter, you can only use your green abilities because you're, well, most likely in green status. But once you move to yellow, you then have additional access to your yellow abilities. So you can use both green and yellow. You unlock more as you go. You're not restricted to only your current status abilities. And you can perform any of your abilities once you reach red status. And yes, your abilities get more awesome as things get more dangerous for you. There's also a white or out status. If you're knocked down to 0 health, you won't be able to act normally. Not necessarily unconscious or even dead, but you will have one special out ability you can use every turn to help out, at least a little bit, which is just like the card game, if you remember playing the card game. It's based off a card game, in case you didn't know. Finally, we have our principles. Principles give you some role-playing guidance for your character, while also providing a green ability to use in gameplay. Your principle also comes with some bad stuff that can happen to you. They're called twists and come in both major and minor. There might be certain points where you succeed, but with a twist, with this bad side effect. It's not a perfect success. For example, a speedster may have physical drawbacks for going too fast, and occasionally, take some damage or have some other penalty for a while. Or they may have sped past and missed an important detail that's now coming back to haunt them. On the way to the big bad, you totally missed a lady with the cat in her tree, and she didn't get her cat back because you weren't there to help because you sped past, and now she's like a supervillain or something? I don't know. These aren't the only twists in the game, but these 4 are special and unique to you. Unless someone else takes the principle, I guess. Anyway, that's it for today. Next time we're going to cover the character creation process in general, and the 2 main methods for doing so.